I think the majority of the community, first of all, don't like PvP. And
And
I'm PvP with my PV build. I think one guy is behind me.
oh, there's a player. I will find.
Oh my god! Get destroyed with the PvE. This is a PvE build, guys. Did you see how melted they got? If you did watch my video yesterday, you might be familiar with the build concept for the build, because they are really similar actually. But before we head into the build, let's actually go through the specialization and yeah, tell you why I go sharpshooter like usual. So headshot damage 25% and 30% increase the reload speed and the 30% stability accuracy as well, which is super huge, especially for me since I do try to land headshots. It's just really good, like 25 headshot damage and reload speed and accuracy. It's just amazing, especially for AR since you have to reload often. You could go survivalist and get that flat 15% increased AR damage, which is really good as well. They do have a pretty good armor kit, especially if you play in a team, since you heal your teammates. But me personally, I play a sharpshooter for almost everything, so that's what I'm sticking with. So let's get into the actual build. So looking at the build, the biggest thing here is that we go 7 utility for on the ropes, which is super meta right now, which a lot of people do. But what we add to the mix as well is the 2-piece 2 Patriot, which is just insane for PvP. Since it's 10% damage multiplicative, which is just insane compared to all the other damage, which is additive, right? So that's the key here. So that's why we have 557. The important thing is to reach 7 utility. The blue doesn't matter, and the rest you just want to put into red. But this is the current setup I have right now. So to achieve that, Gila Guard is a really good gear set for that. I do have Murakami here because I don't have a better piece right now. And I want to try to get up some HP so I can use Berserk, since that's what I want to use for PvP. And this one is just damage focused, right? But yeah, let's just go through the weapon choice here. So the best AR is P4 by far, but for PvP the best burst damage gun is the FAMAS. So that's what I'm using. So I don't want to have more than 5 reds because I do want to use Optimist, which gives you like 13% increased, or is it 13.5 I think, increased in damage when you shoot a full mag, which is really good. Then I have Allegro, and you could use optimized here instead, but I feel like for FAMAS I just want to do burst damage, and it's really fun with high rate of fire, right? So that's my choice there. When we check the weapon mods, I do use an optimal range scope here. I usually use accuracy on all my guns. The reason I'm using the optimal range one is because of the Nemesis holster talent, which gives you 25 headshot damage when scoped with your current weapon. And that means if you have a scope equipped on your gun that goes into first person view when you zoom it, then you will get the bonus. So it doesn't work on this accuracy scope, for example, because when you zoom in, it only zooms in the third person view. So then it doesn't work, right? So you would need a 4x, a 3.4, 8x or something like that. And something cheesy you could do is to actually equip the shield, the Crusader shield, and then have the AR, and then you equip a headshot scope, for example sharpshooter scope with 45 headshot damage, and when you have the shield equipped you can't zoom in, right? So it will be third person ADS view with this scope in, yeah, with this scope on, right? Which is super cheesy, which I'm not a fan of, but yeah, you can do that if you want to fully cheese. Anyway, the rest of the grips are accuracy as well, and I have stability on the muzzle here. That's what you could do. I had it just because you get so much, but honestly I'm gonna put the accuracy there because I don't need a stability personally. But FAMAS kicks a bit more than other guns, but it's mainly just vertical, so it's easy on a mouse to control. You just drag it down, but 20 stability, it's a good value there, so you could go with that. And that's it. The FAMAS doesn't have a mag, and that's what holds it back. Right now in the Defender drone meta, which is super strong, this is not the best because a Defender drone will just soak so many bullets. If they don't have a Defender drone, this is just amazing, especially in Occupied. But yeah, I think for next patch, it will be really good. And I guess something worth noting, because I saw this on a video before, the SMG video, a lot of people think the patch is coming soon, but the patch is most likely coming in 2 to 4 weeks. And even when this patch comes, this will still be really good, because they are not nerfing those talents yet, except like Berserker. But anyway, like the basics or the basis of this build will still work. But yeah, that's the gun, right? And then I have the pistol with the protected reload. If you go piece by piece here, if you check the mask here, it's a true Patriot mask with crit chance and health. Actually, I would like to go this one. No, this one, that's the wrong mask. This one for the AR build and roll this to health. I'm gonna do that after I'm done with the video. And yeah, for the Fenris chest piece, I use Berserk. It's too hard to really get 7 here, so I'm going with Berserk, and I think Berserk is just a better PvP talent. You can probably make this to 7 as well, but that's something I would do for next patch in a few weeks, right? But right now Berserk is just so strong, so I want to use that and try to get some HP. So yeah, health, that's what you want to have, and weapon damage. We're prioritizing health over armor as good as we can, right? So high weapon damage roll and high health roll here is what you want to go for. Vital as well. And then we go to the good part about this build, why I wanted to do this 7-7 build from the beginning, or yeah, why I think is speaking utility. It's fine with the right brand sets, because you get a system mod, and I happen to have 3 or actually 4 of these generic mods, 3 of them with 6% assault rifle damage. So yeah, this build is gonna be pretty freaking nasty. It's really nasty, okay? So if you don't have that, then yeah, it feels bad, man. If you have like maybe damage to armor, you could use that, or reload speed. If you don't have any of that, just equip a skill power mode. But anyway, this still works, so better use it, right? They will change the gear mounts. I don't know if they will nerf this or whatever, how they will do it, if they will buff the other ones. But for now, it's good. And this is something you can change later depending on what they do. I will have a video soon about how to farm the generic mods really fast, but I'm actually putting that to my editor to do that, the Betrayer, so you can poke him. And yeah, it hopefully will be done this week. I will focus on build videos every day, and he will work on that, right? So that should be up soon. So that's the generic mod on the chest, which is, by my build, is gonna be really, really good. DH holster for accuracy, and of course for the talent, the skill power, and another mod. And look at that, another system mod slot, which means for me 6% more assault rifle damage. Then we have Murakami with on the ropes, which is super important. This one I really want to change out. I am looking for multiple big horn packs, but I would have I will probably use Murakami actually. Murakami with the health here instead of bonus armor, weapon damage, vital on the ropes. That would be really good for me. Maybe I even have that. I don't think I have one, because then I would have it equipped anyway. That's what I want to have. This one works until I get a better one. And would you look at that? Another system mod slot. Bam. 6% more assault rifle damage. That's 18% more assault rifle damage. And yeah, that's Murakami. Gila Guard would work as well, like for a backpack, for example. They have a lot of attributes. But as I said, the only thing that's important to hit is 7 utility, then try to get 5 red and then the rest in blue, right? Gila Guard gloves with the health, assault rifle damage, and weapon damage talent here. This one is a protocol mod. You can get generic ones for those as well, which have weapon damage and headshot damage, I think. I don't have those though. But anyway, I put in skill power there because that's what I have. I think here though, I would like to have Alps gloves, which I have farmed for a lot. So imagine this one is have assault rifle damage here and a passive talent here. Which, yeah, I've been looking for this a lot, but it doesn't drop. Because this one have 2, yeah, I have another blue there, but I don't need that. Like swapping to this one will put me at 547, which is fine. I lose what? 3k HP. But I would gain like 5 weapon damage, because you can roll 12 assault rifle damage here, right? And then weapon damage talent, or maybe precise, depending on what you get. and this one have a mod slot as well, right? So that's what I would like to swap to. Or possibly you could actually do yaw as well. If it rolls, I can't, yeah, it does roll, okay, it does roll. So it does roll utility here. So you go utility and weapon damage here with the weapon damage talent here. Then you get weapon handling, which is like accuracy. So that's something really useful. That's probably what I would like to do, possibly, because I don't really care too much about total armor. But yeah, that's what you could do. But Gilligard, really good. Knee pads as well. Something important to note, I guess I didn't say that, but True Patriot, you want to get it on the mask and the knee pads, because the knee pads and the mask, they don't really get a good talent for an AR build in PvP, right? Like, yeah, knee pads could have cloaked, but how often are you actually that close with an AR build? And I would definitely give up cloaked for 10% multiplicative armor damage, right? Because that's just insane. So high crit chance here, which doesn't matter too much. Like, it's not a crit chance build, it's a weapon damage focused build with headshot damage, right? We want to beam heads, that's what I want to do. On this one I have health, and yeah, nothing too special about that. But my health is actually really low here, 62k. So that's something I would like to work on since I have Berserk. But yeah, then I need health here and I need vital. That would like give me so much. Imagine 20% more here and like 10% health maybe here. Like the backpack is not that good. It's like stuff I'm looking for. But I thought the build was good enough right now to show off at least. Because otherwise it just takes too long like for me to release it. Especially now when I had 1 week break with TwitchCon, right? But yeah, that's basically the build, right? I guess weapons I did say FAMAS, which I probably want to try it with. P4 is like super good as well, but not as good burst. Something else like that I want to play, it's AK. I actually got this one yesterday, which for me is like God Roll, the 2 talents, Optimist and weapon handling. You could go Rate of Fire as well, but Optimized is really good for me personally. And this one have high base damage as well, almost max. So that's something I'm going to play as well. Because I do like AK, but AK have always been shit in Division 1. So yeah. But yeah, that's basically the build. So yeah, the important thing is, yeah, hit 7 utility, 5 offensive is the max. And if you have generic mods, then yeah, this build is just insane. As I said, I get 6 times 3 extra damage from utility mod slots, the system ones. That's 18% more damage. I mean, if we look at the... Before I look at the stats though, we can go through the skills quick. Like I am using a chem launcher, which I do have, since I do have like 1500 skill power, or 1000, how much? 1300, which is pretty good, considering I'm going generic mods with damage, right? So I'm using 2 ammo, which is actually really good when it comes to on the ropes, because I have 7 charges when it comes to chem launchers instead of 3, which means I can always have 1 on cooldown. Because if you have 1... So you have 7 ammo, you use 1 chem launcher, then that counts as the skill being on cooldown, which makes, yeah, on the ropes so easy to play. And when you have 7, you can just always like keep it at 4 or 5 and you barely have to bother with it. But to be honest, better would be to have these heal mods here. 1900, I can't get that much, but if I could have like 1300, 1500 skill power requirement and get like 25 each, I would probably rather do that, right? Because then I would most likely be able to increase it with 50% in total with 2 of those. For the second skill, I'm using the booster hive. Just put it down before a fight, and you get the speed buff and weapon handling, and then just destroy it and bam, on the ropes. You could use like a shield, but the thing is, when the shield is up, you don't get on the ropes. If you could use pulse or EMP pulse and stuff like that, but personally, hive is just the way to go in my opinion. Looking through the stats, it should be pretty impressive when it comes to weapon damage. So headshot damage is what? That's the sidearm. I was like, what, 150%? 95% headshot damage. Right, all the way up here. 95 headshot damage. We have some crit chance actually because of True Patriot, but that's something I don't really care about. 25 crit damage, so it's not gonna do much. But we have it there though. The important part there is the armor damage, right? For the reload speed, Further hair from sharpshooter, which is amazing. And I guess here it's when it becomes a bit interesting. Keep in mind we have 2-piece True Patriot, so that's not included here, but we have 48% weapon damage here for the AR. And then on top of that, and this is without survivalist as well, right? If I would put that in, that would be more, but yeah, sharpshooter is just way better for me personally. And then 10% multiplicative armor damage, which is just insane, right? So yeah, this build, the main point of it, I just want to have a AR build that just destroys, like that shreds fast, and that's basically what this is. And yeah, generic mods may be getting a hit, but yeah, this build at least will 2-piece Patriot and utility on the ropes. It's really good. And a lot of people have been sleeping on this, actually. Like, people don't use this for PvP. Like, I had this on paper before TwitchCon, basically, and nobody posted it. And I finally managed to get actually really good setup for it. It's just the backpack that's kind of bad. And yeah, I need another glove. But I feel like right now it's actually really good for what I want to do with it. But anyway, I do have more builds. Will be a lot of build videos. I will have a generic mod video up as well. So stay tuned for that. So if you're interested in that, just hit the subscribe button, and I have a lot of daily Division 2 videos on the way. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. I think the majority of the community, first of all, don't like PvP. And
And
I'm PvP with my PV build. I think one guy is behind me.
oh, there's a player. I will fight.
Oh my god! Get destroyed with the PvE. This is a PvE build, guys. Did you see how melted they got? Oh, got him. Get out on the ropes.
Boost about to come online.
You're using the ACOG scope, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even have that with my build. Obviously.
Boost online. An agent needs assistance.
That extra damage would help a lot.
Yeah.
An agent needs assistance.
Fuck! That was such good gameplay.
Oh no.
Literally beaming fucking kids,
Oh,
dude.
no.
10-1.
An agent needs assistance.
Point Alpha is in enemy hands.
Fuck! Now I have to play more. And the game is stuttering all the time. Now it's starting to trigger me. Is it going around me?
Bravo is in enemy hands. The enemy is winning. You must capture
I'm
the
doing
control
okay.
points
This
to turn
damage
it
is not
around.
bad.
Point Alpha is now held by your team.
Agent down.
He's running to a spawn. Fucking Shizu. Yeah.
An agent needs assistance.
The enemy is 50% of the way to victory. 5 minutes left.
about to activate. Boost now active.
Victory is near. Don't let up now. Charlie is being held by your squad. All 3 points are held by friendlies.
Then boost will soon deactivate. The boost is now offline.
If the enemy doesn't turn this around, they'll be pulled out. You won.